Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cyrus Webb Presents. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. For those tuning in on the simulcast on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and on X, we're glad you all can be with us. About to bring in our friends over on IG. There they go. So they can be a part of our chat for today. And last but certainly not least, going to connect with our friends over on Amazon Live. Have a returning guest that's back with us today. She has a lot going on during the month of December. I'm going to talk to her about all of it, including a new partnership we have with her Dream for Him collection that you guys can strategically see here on the side of me. And we're now live on Amazon Live with Cyrus Webb Presents. If you guys are new to us on Amazon, I'm going to type you guys a welcome message there. Welcome. Glad you all could be with us. Make sure you guys do hit that follow button either here in this corner or down below. You also will see the books by our next guest as well as her podcast as well. Melissa Banks is back with us today. You guys know her as a master event planner. She's an Amazon best-selling author. She's a media personality, as well as an individual who's been able to build her own brand as well. Want to talk to her about this year, what's coming up for you guys this month, and about our brand new partnership with a Dream for Him candles that you guys can see here. Melissa, my friend, welcome back to the broadcast.
But thank you so much. I'm always excited to talk with you, Cyrus.
Well, I appreciate that. I would be too. Katrina, hello to you. Good to be to see you over there on IG as well. But no, seriously, congratulations to you, Melissa, on what's been a very full year for you. You're capping it off now with a brand new book. Let's begin there. Your newest bestseller, Plan It Like a Pro. I have it highlighted for our audience here. The subtitle is 15 Event Planning Tips to Plan Events That Wow. What has it been like for you to see the response to the book, Melissa?
Super excited about the book. I am so proud of this book for a lot of different reasons. I'm so glad people are receiving it very well. But
Mhm.
this book is, I've been an event planner for over 26 years, but this book allowed me to take some of the things that actually happen with the event planners, how we get to that fabulous day. So it's just reliving some experiences that were really great. And I think it's going to help a whole lot of people, and people are excited about it. And that makes me feel really, really well. So I'm very, very proud of it.
Good. Well, you should be. It's a great book. We're going to talk more about that. Also, this year you had your Women Who Shine series on your show as well, as far as Dream by Design with Melissa Banks. You, of course, had the new season of the Melissa Banks Show. Talk to us about that, Melissa, because you, as a host of your own show, wasn't something that was initially on your bingo card, but now you have two shows that are available here on Amazon and other platforms. What has it been like for you to see the response of the show this year?
I love the shows. I specifically love the Woman Who Shines series, which is on the Dream by Design with Melissa Banks show, because I
Mhm.
get excited about women. I get excited about their successes and their full journeys. Oftentimes we only see the juicy good stuff of the journey. And on the show, we get to see the stuff that they went through, how they got through it, and continue to shine and inspire other people. So I absolutely love that series. And I love having that platform that women can be themselves. They can talk about the stuff that they push through and celebrate their wins as well. So that show is really my heart, and I really absolutely love doing it. But I also love doing the Melissa Banks show because that gives us a chance to talk to everybody, men and women, and inspire others and provide services and products and show other people how they can get to that place too. Everybody's journey is different, and to be able to see that and see how they maneuver through that and continue to move toward their dreams, it's just an absolutely wonderful experience for me.
You just brought up a really good point, Melissa, when you said everyone's journey is different. Your journey is not like it started off 5 years ago. What has it been like for you to see the way your business has not only grown, but also expanded?
Oftentimes this time of year, we start looking back. And when I look back just to 2020, when I didn't know what my business was going to look like, how many different doors and opportunities open up, and how many different places I moved in fear, not knowing, not really having the skill set I thought to do the opportunity, but go and get the skills. So it's just been a really um, interesting and exciting journey from just 2020 to today. The different things that were not on my radar, never even thought about doing, but the opportunities came, and I was able to move in those spaces, even though I was afraid and scared to do it. And looking back at the growth, not just in my brand and my business, but in me as a person and my
Mhm.
confidence. And when something doesn't work, it doesn't tear my confidence all the way down. I've learned how to build through it and continue to move. And that's all part of the journey.
That's a really good point, and I hope our audience caught that because I love the fact that you say it's not just about the business growing, that you have grown. Now, Melissa's not going to tell you this, so I have to bring it up, being the skilled host that I am. And that is that she also received a recognition this year as well. Talk to them about the award that you got, Melissa, and what that was like for you to have Melissa Banks being recognized that way.
Oh my gosh, the Shiro Award. And no, I would not have thought about to bring it up, but I'm so honored and excited for that award because Cyrus, my passion is to inspire women and to encourage them to believe in themselves no matter the circumstances, and to have women and an entire organization recognize me for doing that and giving back to women and helping them grow. That feeling is overwhelming, is amazing, and it's just wonderful to see that others see my hard work and how I contribute and my passion, my gift to what I'm here for.
Yeah, and it's been great being able to see that, Melissa. I want to say for those who are on the Amazon side, we mentioned Melissa's newest book, Plan It Like a Pro, but this is her second book that has to do with event planning. She has Do I Really Need an Event Planner? Kind of highlighted for you guys there on the Amazon side. You guys can get the Kindle edition for only $3.99 or get the print edition as well. But then the other books you have are journals. Journals are something that are very personal to you. Melissa, talk to us about what it's been like for you to offer your own journals to the world.
You're right. Journaling for me, the fact that during a really tough season, I've talked about this before, you've heard me say it before. One of the things that helped me through it, because I couldn't talk to anybody about what was happening, but I could write those thoughts down. And by doing that, it helped me get through some really difficult times. But then when I look back over 20 years, some of those journals I have, Cyrus, is 2002 and before. It helps me see the journey, see the progress, see the things that I push through. So it encourages me and inspires me. And I wanted to do that for others. I wanted them to see that journaling is a great thing to have, to encourage you, to help you put down your thoughts, your goals, help you stay focused. And to be able to provide that is exciting to me. Even if it's a journal that has an inspiration tip there, just something to help you refocus your mind on your dreams and goals and on who you really are. So it just means everything to me to be able to provide that to others.
Let's talk about how we got here, Melissa, before we go any further, because I think we've kind of ticked off several things. We talked about you have a new book that came out this year. We talked about you receiving an award this year. You mentioned, over 26 years as an event planner. We also talked about what you've been able to do in kind of building your own media brand. What has given you the courage to start something new? Because so many people, they talk about what they want to do, but they don't actually do it. They say they want to start a show or write a book. They don't do it. What has given you the courage to be able to actually do what you say you want to do?
But first of all, my faith stays strong regardless of what things are looking like, regardless of what the bank account look like, regardless of the amount of sales. My faith is my cornerstone. That what gets me going. The second thing that gets me going is affirmations. I say affirmations even in my darkest days, even when it's some days that I'm in tears because things are not working. I say affirmations because affirmations simply remind us of who we are, regardless of what we see. That helps me keep going. And Cyrus, I surrounded myself with people who know how to do what I want to do and can say, I don't care that you're afraid to do it, but this is what you need to be doing. Because we need people to push us sometimes
Yeah.
so that we don't let fear stop us or be too afraid to try something new. If you look at every single thing that I'm offering right now, none of it I would have the courage to do or even thought about doing without having someone that meant me good and believed in me and made recommendations and suggestions, even though sometimes it was a hard push into the deep waters, and being willing to go there and trust them in their opinion. And finally, I would say the decision that quitting is not an option. It's also what keeps me going, even when things don't seem like they're happening. Even when you're getting more no's than you're getting yeses. When you make that firm decision, like, look, quitting is not an option, so we got to figure something out and do something else.
Love that. Cool PJM, hello to you. Hey sis, good to see you over there on IG. Glad you could join us. I see you guys also over there on YouTube. If you guys have any questions or comments from Melissa, make sure you guys put those in the chat. Let me reset real quick, Melissa, and say for those who are just tuning in, welcome. You're watching Cyrus Webb Presents here on Amazon Live, but we're simulcasting on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and on X, as well as on IG. Melissa Banks is back with us today. You guys know her as a master event planner. She's also an Amazon best-selling author. She's a media personality with two shows, which you guys could actually catch up on here on Amazon, The Melissa Banks Show and A Dream by Design with Melissa Banks. She's also an entrepreneur as well, which leads us to the next thing I want to talk to you about, Melissa, and that is how you've been able to build your own business as an entrepreneur. And you do that even in different ways too. You offer services to help people when it comes to putting their best self forth as talking about media kits, graphics. But you also, of course, have been able to launch things like the Dream for Him candle line we're going to be talking about here, as well as other projects. What has that been like for you to kind of broaden your horizons even more as an entrepreneur?
You know, it's okay to do more than one thing. It's okay to get excited about more than one thing. It's okay to have many loves, and that's what every single thing came from. Is something that I love. The jury line started from something I've loved and did for many years since very young, and I found that there's a lot of women who love them too, and they give you courage, and I just love wearing them, and so many women do. So I just kind of do what I love, and that's where that came from. The candle line, because you know what, I love candles, and I think most people love their houses smelling great. I always have a candle burning. The candle line developed from there, and it expanded. Actually, the audience started asking for candles for men, and we're going to talk about that later. But that's something that came from my love for candles. So everything that I do is connected to dreaming in some kind of way, making yourself feel great and building on that. And it's things that I love. Someone asked me recently, how do you decide what you're going to do next? And I got this from this PR person I work with. One of the things he always says is, I love every single thing I do. And I think that is a gift. And I think that's where you start. You start with something that you love.
Yeah, that sounds like a wonderful PR person. And that sounds like yeah, I can relate to that too. Yeah, I mean, it's great to be able to love what you do. Nancy, hello to you over there on Amazon. Thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate that. So let's go back then, because as I mentioned, one of the things that you and I are working together on, Melissa, is your candle line. I love candles too. And when you first told me about you were doing the line for men, I was excited because everything else you were doing for women. And then when you told me about the Dream for Him, you started off with the journal, and I was excited about the journal. And then you told me about the candle line. So that's what I have here. So let's talk about this. I'm excited about being the brand ambassador for Melissa Banks candle line. You all can see them here. I'm going to go ahead and put them here. So you have Power. Then you have this one, which is Strong. And then you have this one that is King. Now, Melissa will be very happy because Melissa talks about me and my candles, because I get every bit out of them as I can. So you'll be glad to know I have brand new candles up here. So I won't make the boss lady upset. But talk to us about how you decided on the 3 cents for the Dream for Him candles, Melissa.
Cyrus, I started with what I wanted them to say, and that's where the names came. And that's where I started with. King was the very first one because that was crucial to me, because that says the man's role in my opinion. So I started there. Then I wanted something to go from there, and that's where Power and Strong came. So once I had the names, then I worked with the person who makes the vendor who makes my candles for me, and I described what I wanted to do with it, and he put together the scents, and each scent was number one hit Power right off the bat. King is the most popular one, of course. You like King. I think that's your favorite too.
That's my
But
favorite
it's
one too.
definitely the most popular one. But I love them all. But I burn King even in my house. And just recently, Cyrus, that some women smell King, and they were buying them for themselves in their house. So it's a wonderful scent.
Yeah. No, it definitely is my favorite. And I kind of, even before this segment, I was trying to go back and forth to see, okay, maybe because it seems like there's another one that I would like. But I do like it, but this one is my favorite. Real Lady Extreme, hello to you over there on IG. Good to be able to see you as well. So I'm excited about being able to work with Melissa on the candle line. So you guys can go to her website and be able to get the Dream for Him candles. They're on sale right now, so make sure you guys take advantage of that. We also are launching a brand new site today, which I'm very excited about, which is dreamforhimcandles.com. Is the website that you guys will be able to go to directly to get just to these candles. But she has other things on our website too you may like, but I'm only concerned about the candles. So dreamforhimcandles.com is where you guys can be able to go for that. So excited about being able to work with you on that, Melissa, for sure. So Melissa, that leads to the last thing we're going to talk about here, and that is your dream party lives. So this has become a big thing for you, even though not that I'm not trying to give myself any credit for this, but I told you that was going to do well. Uh, I'm not trying to get it. I'm not trying to give myself credit, but I will have to say I told you the dream party lives will be a great thing for you. And I want to ask you, how have the dream party lives been for you, Melissa?
Well, Cyrus, you did push me into the deep waters with the Dream Party Lives. I went kicking and screaming. Didn't want to do them, honestly, but it turns out that they're absolutely amazing. People love them. I enjoy getting on. I feel like I'm connecting with people that I don't even know. They're all over the world, and it's been a wonderful, wonderful process, and it's become a really big part of my business, which somebody said at the beginning, but you just have to do some stuff that you don't really want to do and see what happens. And Dream Party Live is definitely an example of that.
Love that. So let's go back to how you began. And for those who missed this, and for those who've been coming in, and I appreciate you guys. Relate Extreme says, I like the names of the candles. Yeah, they all are great. Relate Extreme, who's over there on IG, Melissa. But as I mentioned, my favorite, though, is King. King is my favorite. And she said that is her bestseller. I really wanted Power to be my
I know.
to be my
I know
favorite.
you
But it is it's a great scent. But yeah, I
did.
do have my favorite there. Robert Helm, hello to you over there on Facebook. Good to see you as well. I want to go back to the book, Melissa. I'm going to highlight for our audience there. Plan It Like a Pro, 15 event planning tips to I'm sorry, 15 event planner tips to plan events that wow. I read the book. Congratulations again. And I want to talk about a couple of things. Chris says, will the next candle be called Wealth? I like that.
Ooh, I do too.
Very nice,
Never
Chris.
know.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know Chris Urban, and I think you know this already, Melissa, he was our very first designer for Conversations Magazine. And he still designs Conversations Magazine's covers to this day, unless we have special editions. So, Chris, so glad you could join us over there on Facebook. So, I want to talk about the book because I think this is really interesting, Melissa. And what is so cool about this book that is interesting for you, Dr. Velma, hello to you. Good to see you over there on Facebook, is that you kind of give us again something you would not have done before 2020. Because in this book, you talk about how readers of the book can only plan in-person events, but also how they can do virtual events. I want to talk about that for a second because virtual events are still popular, even though we're not in the depths of COVID the way we were. What was it like for you to think about how you could help people to do that?
Well, it was scary at first because it was so uncomfortable. Remember, I had been in business for a really long time at that point, and they were all in person. So
Yeah.
just the thought of virtual, I thought it wouldn't be as much fun. You couldn't engage. I was just afraid of the whole process and the
Mhm.
experience that the guests would have. But as I learned more and more about virtual events can be just as exciting. Just you can connect with the guests and just as much as you could in person. Just
Mhm.
be creative and do things a little different, but you can still connect and they're very personable. I think they will be around forever. And I think a person who can plan in person and virtual events, or even mix the two, Cyrus, we've talked about this before. You can even
Yeah.
mix the two and do hybrid events, but it's so many wonderful things you can do that connects both groups of people. So I love it and I think it's amazing and it only gets better.
Well, and I thought about a great example of that, Melissa, because again, it is Wednesday again, which means now it was on Wednesday, October the 29th, that we had our Guinness World Record event in Pearl, Mississippi, and that was a hybrid event.
Mhm.
We had people in person who were there enjoying the experience, as well as people around the world. I think it was over 16,000. I think ended up being the number that we had online joining us for that. So I think that's a great example of how you can
Absolutely.
make that
Mhm.
work, so that people who are in person. In fact, I was talking to the radio station here in Yazoo City where I am, and we were talking about our plans for the anniversary event for next year. And we're talking about again making it a hybrid event so that we can do it
Absolutely.
online as well as in person for those who can't join us live. The other thing you do, you talk about, is the importance of planning. I know that's important for your work as an event planner. Why is planning so important as people are trying to plan their own events, no matter what size it may be, Melissa?
Have you ever gone to an event and it seemed like they were guest working? They were doing things here. Oh, that's a great idea, and that you could feel that they were doing things piecemeal because it's not planned. When you plan it, it's going to work smoother. You're going to think about the guest experience, so you're going to have things there that they can enjoy, and you're going to have a plan so your timeline goes smoothly. And when something goes wrong, or you have an internet issue or whatever you have a plan for that, so you can enjoy the experience, your guests can enjoy the experience, and they can feel that you planned it with them in mind.
So true. The other thing that you do stress in the book, Melissa, is the importance, especially when you're working with vendors and others, getting things in writing. Talk to us about that, how that has worked for you, and why that's important for our audience when they're planning events too.
Seasoned event planners already know that you want to get every single thing in writing. But sometimes a person who just loves planning events, not a professional, not a pro, but love throwing wonderful events, will forget about that part. But that part is the most critical thing that you do, because what it does is it protects you and it protects the vendor you're working with. And everybody understands what you're doing, when you're doing it, how much it costs, when you're going to pay. And then there's no questions that come up at the last minute and you didn't realize you had a extra $3,000 due at the end, but you didn't know that. You didn't realize you had that. When everything is in writing, you understand when things are due, how it's going to work, if the person you're talking to is going to be the person that shows up, what their earlier experience has been doing the types of events that you're planning. So whether you're a pro or you just love planning events, getting it right.
Yeah. Dr. Velma says, Melissa is so good at it. I loved working with her as an event planner. I truly needed the support she gave me for my event. Thank you for that, Dr. Velma. So that leads to another thing that you sneakily put in this book. That's why I'm glad I read these books. That's why I tell people I have to read books so I know what's in them. Even though the book is called Plan It Like a Pro, you still slipped in there about working with an event planner.
But I knew that's where you were going.
So I want okay. So but now, so let me just say. I mean, even though I'm messing with you about this, for my event that I had for the Guinness World Record event, Melissa will tell you I was not her typical customer because I had a particular vision and thing that she just was not going to be able to put her hands on. But I did have things that she was able to do in her capacity. Why is it important, even if we do want to do it ourselves, Melissa, to have someone like you in our corner?
Well, so that you can enjoy the experience as well. Can you imagine on the Guinness World that day, if you were handling the details, if you were making sure the interviewee, the people who were being interviewed was there, who was next, how long you were talking. If you had to handle all of that and conduct all the interviews,
Mhm.
you would not have been able to handle it all. That would have been a lot, right? So whether you're a pro or whether you love planning events yourself, sometimes it's just best to have someone there that is a pro,
Yeah.
to handle those things. That's why that works. That's why you, as an event planner yourself, love planning your own business and love holding on to some of the details. But you also knew that having someone to help along the way, those details, take some of those details off your plate, would make it a better experience for you and for your guests.
Yeah, and here's the thing about me. Even though I do a lot, as most people who've known me for years know,
Mhm.
I know when I do need help, and I know. And so Melissa didn't even have to ask me. I went to her, and said, "Hey, I'd like to bring you in for this." The Related Extreme on IG says, "Wow, this sounds like such a great resource of a book. It really is Related Extreme, and you can get the Kindle edition for $4.99, or you can get the print edition as I have here. I actually have both of them as well here on Amazon. And if you need the link, feel free to be able to DM me, and I'll be able to send it to you as well, related to stream as well. Um, the answer is no, Dr. Bam. I did not. I did not take my hands off. I mean, I gave her space, right, Melissa,
Yes.
to do her thing. But no, my hands were very present, very present. but but Melissa, I did say that day, and I'll say it again and again and again. The day would not have worked, as Melissa just said. I said this actually at the event. I could not have done it without the team that I had there. And again, that's me knowing ahead of time what I needed to make something like that happen. So yeah, definitely makes a difference. So Melissa, we've come to the end of this year, which is hard to believe. What are you looking forward to as we're wrapping up 2025?
Well, I'm looking forward to just connecting with people, growing some of the things that we've started for this year. And I'm excited about the upcoming year and what the business looks like. You know, as the business continues to grow, the brand continues to grow. Each year brings about some new things, new books, new projects, and working with some great clients. So I'm looking forward to an amazing, strong end of the year and starting 2026, and excited and in a wonderful place.
Wow. Let's see. Dr. M says, "Wow, you can handle it. She is so professional." Yes, yeah. Yeah. She is professional. That there's other words too I could use, but I save those for later.
Mhm.
I will say though, Dr. Bellman, for everyone who's watching, that the other thing that Melissa and I are partnering on, I mentioned the candle line earlier. The other thing we are doing is we actually have a great marketing package that is on sale right now as well. Melissa, why don't you tell them about that?
Okay, we're calling it the ultimate visibility takeover. What it is, you know what? You want your brand recognized across all platforms. And what better way to do it with someone who has interviewed over 700 guests in this year, just to begin the feud? I mean, he knows a little bit about what he's doing, and to be on his platform, talking about your brand, talking about your services, sharing that on his platform. This is what you get. You get an interview on the Melissa Banks Show. You get an interview on Conversations Live, Amazon, like the show like we're on right now, and you get a feature in the Conversation magazine. You are going to take over. That's why we call it that. Your brand is going to be showing up everywhere, connecting with audiences you would not have had the opportunity to do it. And you get all of that, which would normally cost $400 for just $97. You cannot beat that. And the benefits from being a part of that package is beyond the numbers for sure. So we're really excited about that.
For sure. And make sure you guys contact Melissa for that, for sure. Melissa, great conversation with you as always. So glad to be able to have you on. Congratulations on another big year. I want to recap real quick and say for our audience, make sure you guys pick up Planet Like a Pro for you guys joining us on Amazon. Have it highlighted there. But if you want to get one of Melissa's journals, they're also there. She also has another book for event planners there. Well, see, someone's already gotten their copy. Do I really need an event planner? You all can be able to get that book as well. It's available in print and Kindle edition too. And then, of course, as I mentioned, I'm excited about being the brand ambassador for Melissa's Dream for Him candle line. You have all three of these scents. You can be able to find them on her website at themelissabanks.com. Or after today, you'll be able to go to dreamforhimcandles.com as well to be able to get those for sure. And then after that, I want to remind you of Melissa's shows too. Now you can get the Melissa Banks Show as well as Dream by Design with Melissa Banks here on Amazon. I'm going to highlight it for you guys over in the carousel. You can be able to listen for free to it there. Melissa, let our audience know, though, I've mentioned the website, but let them know again how they can stay connected with you.
You know, this was exciting. This was great to just go over everything and just share all of this. So thank you for having me. You can always connect with me, like he said, at themelissabanks.com. I did want to mention that Dream Party Live is happening this Friday, December 5th, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook. You get to see our complete signature pearl collection, some great gift ideas. Just come party with us this Friday, December 5th. But always connect with us at themelissabanks.com.
Melissa, congratulations again. Looking forward to our next chat together.
Me as well.
And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Cyrus Webb Presents. Until next time, you all make it a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.